BoDean 52, how are you, folks? Hope you are well. I'm out on one of my favorite windy roads. And it made me think that I have a couple trips coming up. Traveling to the Windy 9 or Windy 9 in Ohio. Going to ride the triple nickel again. Heading down, going to be doing the tail of the dragon and the back of the dragon. And it made me think, there are some dangerous roads out there. And we have to be careful. But I think there's some things we can do to prepare for them. Let's talk about it. So my first thought is, what really makes roads dangerous? And man, there is a ton of things that make riding on a road dangerous. And I think we got to start off with skill levels. Now, if you're an experienced rider, riding on a road like this, riding on the back of the dragon, the tail of the dragon, those type of roads, they don't really scare you that much. You know, you got to make sure that you're super paying attention and look out for people and all that stuff. But from a skill level perspective, you're really not that worried about them. You're really enjoying the technical road and how much fun it is and just the whole being down there. Just a cool experience. So it is my first experience. It's going to be later this summer riding that road because I haven't rode down there yet either. So I am definitely looking forward to that. So skill level, I think, is one. And there's a ton of stuff. Now, again, I have not rode the Tail of the Dragon, but I do know there's 311 curves or something like that. And I know there's switchbacks. You know, I know that I'm sure there's gravel on the road. I've seen people going down that road in heavy rain. You know, so conditions are always a risk when you add that to, you know, a road that is inherently dangerous because of all the turns and stuff like that. And then, of course, there's those other people that are coming at you and are not riding in their lane, which you have to do on those type of roads, no matter what. And so there are some dangerous roads. And definitely dangers that come from others while we're riding them. But let's talk a little bit about things we can do to help mitigate that. So, if the tail of the dragon, the thought of riding on that road, gives you anxiety, it's okay. It does to a lot of people. It does to some experienced riders because you don't know what's coming at you or the people behind you. It's going to be okay. It really is. But there's a couple things that you can do. And the first thing is get out and ride your motorcycle and practice. I am taking some of these roads today because, one, I love them. But two, is I'm still getting used to my new bars. And I want to make sure I continue to get to know the motorcycle as it's now set up, because it's set up a little bit differently with a bunch of different things that I've done to it. So I really want to get to know the motorcycle even more, lean angles, all of that type of stuff. So don't freak out if it scares you a little bit, but you can get out and practice and gain confidence. It's like public speaking. If somebody says get up in front of 500 people and talk about how rocks are formed, you are going to get up there and you are going to struggle. But if you get up there with 500 people and they say, tell me about your motorcycle, you're probably going to do okay because you know it and you are confident in it, right? So that to me is the number one thing. The number two thing is, and you've probably, everybody knows about this, but it's target fixation. Motorcycle goes where your eyes go. So on this turn, I am looking at the turn. I am looking as far on the corner as I can, and my eyes will help lead the motorcycle. Now, be careful. You know, like when Mrs. BoDean rolls her eyes at me, she's really not turning her head. So you can't just turn your eyes I like the idea of turning your chin towards where you want to go. So, as an example, right now, I just started looking at that water. Guess what? Look what the motorcycle did. It went to the left. So you got to be careful of that. And that's why a lot of times, if people are on a bridge or on a tight road, they may go look at something, but they're only going to look for a minute because they know that that motorcycle is going to follow their eyes. The second thing is, you're going to have to realize what you got. You are going to be in some tight turns. You are going to be in some switchbacks where the road is going back and forth tightly. Now, those are at slower speeds, so don't let those scare you at all. If you can get the target fixation and you can make sure that you're always pointing that chin and looking where you want to go, you are going to be okay because there's some things that you have control over, right? The first thing that you have control over is how you ride one of those roads. Now, I have a buddy of mine that told me when he rode the tail the first time, I don't think I ever got out of second or third gear. And I had to pull over, because there's places you can pull over, and let people by me because, hey, it was my first time. I was a little scared about it, right? Now he loves it. Can't wait to go back, right? So you are going to be able to control your speed as you ride those roads. Maybe, again, we can't look too long over there. Maybe you ride one of those roads when it's not a Saturday and there's a ton of other motorcycles or cars on it. That may help you. But remember, at the end of the day, you are the one that's controlling your speed. All right. The other thing that I think is really, really, really important is, again, you got to ride your own ride. If you're going down there, I'm going to be down there with some buddies. And I would tell you that two of them are pretty aggressive riders. One of the other guys is not, probably rides moderate like I do. If I decide to take the speed on some of those roads that those aggressive riders are doing and force myself to keep up with them, guess what? I am putting myself at risk. I'm putting other people at risk. So, as the great motovlog godfather would say, Harley Day Rider, ride your own ride. So that is critical. And here's the other thing. If you still can't get through and fight through that anxiousness because you're not as comfortable yet, don't ride it yet. Keep practicing. Go on some other roads. Next year you can do it, right? It is much more important that you're safe because that helps, obviously, you coming home to loved ones. But it also will make you enjoy the ride a ton more. Trust me, it will be fun. Confidence, not cockiness, brings good motorcycle riding, in my opinion. So those are just some tips and some risks that you have on those type of roads. I would love to hear from others that have rode some of those, the tail and the back of the Dragon, and maybe some other roads you can tell us about. And what are the risks or those things that people have to watch out for? And then what additional tips that I did not give can you help people with? Because I think it is critically important that we get more people out enjoying this great country that we have, and of course, all the other countries of people that follow the channel have in their homeland as well. So earlier I mentioned the Windy 9 and the Triple Nickel in Ohio. I am going to be there in the middle of June with my good friends Harley Day Rider and Bronco Ride, and we are going to do a meetup on Wednesday evening. I believe it's the 15th or late afternoon. We think it's going to be around 4 o'clock at Fink's Harley Davidson in Zanesville, Ohio. So if you happen to be around and can plan to stop over, we'd love it. At the end of the day, we do this because we like talking to ourselves in helmets, and for the friends and that we have met doing this, and that's what we consider all of you when we make videos and just talk back and forth. It's a great honor to have met so many cool people. But we'd love to meet some folks in person. The dealership is where we're coming down, so they're excited. And we'll get you some more details coming. But that second week of June, Zanesville, Ohio. You want to meet the three, I think they call us the Cat Boys, but the Fireside Chat Boys. We'd love to spend a couple hours with you and say hi and thank you in person. So that is it for BoDean 52. Please leave your comments. That will help others. And as always, I appreciate all of you. Be safe out there. I promise I'm not going to pass all these cars. I think. Be safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, folks.